another live reading, and if you guys would like to donate to the channel or you would like to purchase a question, you can find my Cash App and my PayPal and my Amazon wish list all in the description box below, and I really appreciate anybody who is doing that. Thank you guys for being here today, and I hope you enjoy the collective messages in the meantime. So let's see what Spirit wants to talk about today. So we have an important call or message will be coming in soon. Make sure that you stand your ground, but be accepting of the positions of others around you as well. Leave aggression out of this conversation. So we actually got this message once or twice over the last couple weeks. So there's definitely somebody going to be getting a hold of you in the near future, and you need to be able to stand your ground, but you need to be able to stand your ground without defensiveness, leaving aggression out of the conversation so that things go smoothly. Dream, unicorn, eagle. Majesty, power, concern. Things will be positive emotionally. Your opinions can't be changed easily. Can be good or bad. Courage and the desire to explore, to grow. Good fortune and victory are coming your way. If you were attacked, it means that there are some self-imposed limitations that you need to break through. Could be career success or ambitious goals about to be achieved. Fierceness, freedom, and courage. You may be facing a fight for your rights. So yeah, when it comes to this person getting a hold of you and trying to attack you for your beliefs, or trying to attack you on what path you're on or where you're going or what you're doing in your life, you need to be able to defend yourself and stand your ground without turning it into a fight. You need to let this person know that you're going to be doing what you want to do and they can do what they want to do, but that it is not okay for them to be attacking you, and you're not going to jump into this war because you love this person. Because I feel like a lot of you may actually have a lot of love for whoever this is that you are fighting for your rights against. Hope, insight, high ideals, power, purity, magical feeling, or a wish for more in life, especially more magic. High personal standards. You may have some distinct and unique abilities. Gentleness and meekness can be represented as well. Fight for what you want, set healthy boundaries, but remain pure and loving in spirit. Can be representing your innocence. High ideals to be followed. Fortune coming your way. Insight into a matter of importance is being given to you. Faith in your dreams and belief is needed. Good times are ahead. You possess great power and strength. You can face anything. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself in the near future. Make sure that you are resting. Make sure that you are in a peaceful state, that you're very grounded, so that when you come into this situation, you can come into this situation as your best self. And with yourself feeling so peaceful and calm, you will be able to be more in touch with your intuition. And I feel like you will be very strongly intuitively guided in this conversation and how to respond to the situation going on. You may be thinking a lot about the past. It's time to forgive and to release. See the good moments and the bad, and understand that there is always a balance. Cleanse your energies. So there's always going to be a balance of both good and bad. You're never going to get rid of all the bad around you. It's just not going to happen. There's always going to be a balance of good and bad. There's a lot of people that would like you to believe that once you get to this pinnacle of healing, that there will be no bad ever again in your life. There will never be another person who is unhealed that is attracted to you or that is around you or in your energy, because you're just on this cloud nine of beautiful blisshood. There's no such thing. There isn't. There is always going to be both good and bad in life. And when you are a healer, if you resonate with being a healer, it doesn't matter how much you heal yourself, you are going to attract unhealed people, and unhealed people are toxic. They just are. When you are not healed, when you are feeling upset about things, when you are going through something, when you are working to overcome something, you have toxicity of some form within you. And if you are a healer, you will be attracting people who are unhealed to you. Regardless of how healed you get, how much you raise your vibrations, it doesn't matter, because there will always be both good and bad in life. And if you are a healer, you have to accept the fact that the only way you can heal people is if you are okay with unhealed people coming towards you, because unhealed people are the ones that you're going to be healing. How are you supposed to heal and help people who are already healed? Just saying. There's a lot of healers out there that would like you to believe that you will completely stop attracting anybody who is unhealed the moment you're healed. And you know what? you will be healing throughout your entire life. There's always going to be something else that's going to come up. There's always going to be a new trigger. There's always going to be a new experience. There's always going to be new grief. There's going to be somebody who passes away in your life that you really loved, and you're going to have to heal and work through that. There's going to be some sort of situation that happens, or an argument or fight between you and a person, and you're going to have to heal through that. Your life is never going to be perfect rainbow sunshine and bliss all the time. That is what is called toxic positivity. And people who try to tell you that there's only good things happening in their life all the time are the people that are lying to you. Those are the people that are putting on a mask for the world so that the world thinks that their life is perfect, so they can sell what they are trying to get people to buy instead of giving them authenticity and truth. So we have be true to who you are. The beauty inside is overflowing. The real you will get you far. Look at the seeds of life that you're sowing. What will you reap from the life of a sheep when instead you could flourish if you choose to take and nourish the real you inside, who is wishing for a solid new ride? So the real you inside is wanting you to express yourself, is wanting you to embrace yourself and love yourself and really show yourself that you believe in who you really are and that you love who you really are. And the way that you do that is by expressing who you really are, regardless of what anybody else thinks about that. And that goes back to authenticity, like we were just talking about. The authenticity of being able to be who you really are, the shadow and the light, accepting both, expressing both, showing both, not trying to get people to believe that you're all sunshine, daisies, and roses all the time, because nobody is. Everybody has both a shadow and a light side. And so accepting yourself and loving yourself for who you authentically are and really living in your truth is going to bring you a lot more beautiful things into your life than trying to deny any aspect of yourself will. So we have, oh, I love that the unicorn came out, because we just read about the unicorn and the eagle in one of the papers here. So you are meant to be a teacher. You have a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience that has been gained throughout your path, on your journey, in your life. And none of that could have been gained without the bad experiences, without the bad moments, without having that shadow side inside of yourself. You could have gained nothing, because both are important for your life. Both the shadow and the light are important aspects of yourself and the world around you. It's time to explore the world with an open mind, with a non-judgmental attitude, to really delve into other cultures, to delve into other beliefs, to delve into other religions, to really expand yourself and the knowledge that you hold within, so that you can be a responsible teacher. Because a responsible teacher knows that in order to teach things, you have to learn things, you have to grow, and nobody is ever done learning. You can always learn something new. It doesn't end. There is plenty out there for you to learn. There's plenty out there to expand your mind on and to expand your knowledge on. So don't allow yourself to throw in the towel and feel like you are done learning, because there is always more out there that you can learn. We have the 10 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, and the Lovers. So choosing to be grateful, choosing to see through the eyes of gratitude, choosing to come out of this melancholy energy or this sadness and loss energy, to stop seeing and thinking that everything has fallen apart in your life and there is nothing good in the world, because there is good sitting right next to you and you may not be noticing it because of the pain or the loss or the hardship or the hurt. It's time to choose to focus on the good things. It's time to see the negative things, to understand them, to learn from them, to grow from them, while focusing on the good aspects. To live and let live as well. It is time to really accept other people as they are, not as you wish them to be, not as less than you or not as better than you, but as a person just like you. Everybody is a person and we all have both good and bad within us. It's time to really choose to take the high road, to choose to be independent while still being able to maintain connections with other people, to think independently, but to still take into consideration the advice or the knowledge or the wisdom of others as well. You may be dealing with a lot of conflicting thoughts inside of your head. There may be a fight going on with your thoughts or with your passions or with your ideas. There may even be fights going on with other people around you about ideas. Try to remember that everyone thinks differently, everyone feels differently. It doesn't mean anyone is wrong. Everyone has their own ideas. Everyone has their own perspectives. Try not to allow yourself to get encompassed in this feeling of needing to defend and protect your ideas and needing to prove others wrong, because really, there is no need to prove anyone wrong. You can have a nice debate with somebody without having it turn into a giant argument. But it takes also having a steady belief in yourself and the things that you feel are right, and not allowing other people's projections or other people's opinions to cause you to doubt yourself. And it also takes having an open mind, so that when other people mention things that actually might make sense, you might actually have a bit of a shift in your thought, in your thinking. You might actually think about, hey, I should go explore this, find out some more knowledge about it, find out some more wisdom about it, understand it better so that I could get to know it better. This is really going to bring in a lot of happiness to you. And for some of you, this person who may be contacting you, if you guys can find common ground and learn how to compromise instead of beating each other up all the time, then you guys might actually have a lot of happiness together, because I feel like you guys have a lot in common, as well as you have some things not in common. That happens. Most people don't have everything in common. Nobody's ever going to have everything in common, but you can find those common grounds, and you can find a lot of happiness and joy in that. You have a lot of joy, positivity, uplifting energy within you. So do not allow other people to drag you down to this energetic vibration of aggravation, arguments. There may even be a lot of people that want your time, want your energy, want your knowledge, want your healing abilities, want your wisdom, want to seek you out as well. And you may not be seeing the blessings that is either. So make sure that you are focusing on the blessings that you have around you. So, we have wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and your wishes. Time to shine. Creates an energetic resonance for golden opportunities. Water. Work with the element of water for healing, purification, and refinement. Baths and showers are so great for healing sessions, for purification, for energy cleansing and protection. Water is great for that. So taking the time out to do that a couple times a week is really going to help you to stay in your own energy as well, and to help keep you from being drawn down into the arguments of others, or drawn and caught up into the chaos or conflict around you. Water also teaches us to be able to go with the ebb and flow of the tide, to be able to be at peace regardless of what is going on around us, and to really be adaptable and flexible in certain situations, to allow things to go at their own pace, and to be okay with that. Hi, guys. Doop 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 doo. Doop 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 doo. Doop doop doo. Doop doo. Doop doo. All right. Let's see what the next message is. Just in time for the switching of the messages. Oh, this one has a blank message. I still have not gotten rid of this blank message somehow. I still have not gotten rid of this blank message. So what I'm getting from that is to look inside yourself and to understand what might be trying to come through that you may not be paying attention to. You are breaking cycles from the past through to the future generations. Long festering karma and karmic wounds. It is time to let go. Be true to you. Allow yourself to shine bright. Leave behind what you were taught in favor of the new things that you have learned. Talking points may help you in some sort of way. Write a sentence and see what follows. It is time to really explore. Stop thinking curiosity is a bad thing. It sometimes leads to bad things, but it just as often leads to good ones too. Take calculated risks. Be discerning. Be not fearful. Let that fear give rise to faith and courage. Now is the time for commitment tests. Only the strongest will make it through. You can do this. Believe it and make it so. So, people say that curiosity killed the cat, and in response to that, throughout my whole life, I have said that if curiosity killed the cat, it killed me first, and guess what? I'm still here. I am a very curious person, and curiosity is not any more dangerous than non-curiosity can be at times, because non-curiosity can be very dangerous at times too. If you don't actually take action to uncover what's going on around you, or what people might be leading you into, if you just follow blindly without ever questioning anything, that non-curiosity can be just as dangerous as being curious and getting into a situation that's not so great because you were following your curiosity. And so it really doesn't matter which one you're doing. Either one can be dangerous and either one can be good. So would you rather choose to follow your curiosity and learn things for yourself, understand things for yourself, instead of just taking the lead of others? Because I would kind of rather do that myself. And you might be coming up empty on a lot of your intuitive thoughts or findings, because you might not be allowing yourself to really delve into those things. You might be a little bit anxious or worried about what you're going to find. Level up. Ciara. Motivation, Normani. Motivation, Kelly Rowland. An ex-lover, husband, or boyfriend. Now you're winning. You put in so much work and you tried so hard to get them to believe in themselves as you believed in them. Tried so hard to get them to see you wanted them. And they may not have saw that. You know what's really funny about this? The fact that I was with my ex-husband for 10 years. And I have even strived to maintain our friendship since then with a lot of commitment to that. And it's amazing that he still can't even see that shit, considering all the other people that I've walked away from pretty quickly. So he must have been up there on a higher level than a lot of them. I was so hurt I felt betrayed and left out in the cold. No matter what you did or how you were there for me, I couldn't see it. I didn't want to. After everything I did to you and my projections, I didn't feel like I deserved any of it. So if you had somebody that you tried really hard with, this is the message that they have going on within them. I thought your kindness and your love for me was stupid. You deserved better, so I pushed you away. You were the only one there for me. I was mired in so much self-pity, self-hate, and was blaming everything on you. I am so sorry that I let you down. I am sorry that you believed in me. I am sorry that I hurt you, and I am sorry that I tried to take everything from you and ruin your good name. You deserved better. Don't waste your time on me. Reach for the sky. I know that you can accomplish anything, even if I tried to convince you otherwise, because I was scared that you would see that you deserved so much better and you would find it somewhere else. So this could definitely have been someone who tried to keep you from going after your goals, who tried to knock you down a peg, who tried to make you feel like you couldn't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish because they were very insecure. They were feeling like they were not good enough. They were feeling like they would be left out in the cold. They were feeling like they didn't matter. They were feeling like you would find somebody else and you would see something so much greater in them because they felt like you deserved so much better than what you had in front of you. They also may have felt like you were stupid for even thinking that you deserved, or that they deserved you, that they really had a very warped sense of self and a very warped self-view. This person really hated themselves in a lot of ways, and it caused them to treat you very badly. And we actually had something in the first message about somebody reaching out and calling you soon and trying not to let it turn into an argument. This could definitely be that person as well. But at this point, you are on top. You are feeling good. You are doing good. And the song Motivation, one of those songs of motivation, is about motivating them to come and get you tonight, basically. Knave of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. So it's time for rest, reflection, self-care. It's time to really take a look at the past and understand what was going on in the situation, to try to really delve into those thoughts and feelings, to really be curious about what could have possibly been going on in this situation. It's time to really examine things and look at them closely, carefully, to really take stock of what was going on. You have really been working very hard towards your goals. You've been overcoming every obstacle that comes your way. You have been leveling up. You have been growing. You have been really morphing into this new being in a lot of ways, transforming, transcending. And I feel like somebody may be holding back from expressing some sort of truth to you. There may be something that they want to give you as well. There could definitely be a gift involved here. There's somebody that really wants to express something, wants to speak the truth, but they're holding back because they see you as somebody who is very focused on your school or on your work or on your craft or on or you're just on to the next thing, and they don't feel like you would be willing to look back or that you would be willing to even listen to them or acknowledge them. They may feel like they did you so dirty in the past because you were so giving, generous, kind, amazing, beautiful, and they may have just been taking from what you had to give instead of giving back to you in equal measure. You have really been able to transmute a lot of the energy that you have come into contact with. Any of the energy that this person placed on you, any of these projections that were there, did not destroy you. It did not knock you down. It did not cause you to fall. It caused you to rise up, if you want my honesty. Your haters make you famous is the thought that is coming to mind right now. So you have really been able to eat up all of this negativity, eat up all of this diseased energy, and none of it has affected you. None of it has diseased you. None of it has poisoned you. You have really been able to take this on and wash it away to where I feel like you and this person have really, the vibrations and the energy around both of you has really risen and healed in a lot of ways, simply because you have been able to transmute that energy. There could definitely be a situation where things are coming back together or where it's coming back to life. Starfish, it doesn't matter what little piece you cut off of it, it will actually grow a new starfish. And so I feel like there is definitely something where you're going to be being seen and recognized for your ability to regenerate situations, to regrow yourself, to really be able to overcome and work your way through anything that life can throw at you. You have really been able to just come back to life again. After so much death was thrown your way, after so much negative, lower vibrational energy has been launched at you, you have not allowed yourself to fall into that. You have risen above it. And there's going to be a lot of blessings coming your way because of that energy. Tree of Life, true wisdom, and making good choices in life. On target, follow your ideal life path. Air, work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. Hi, Rashima. So you are really going to be able to connect the dots now. If you allow yourself to follow that curiosity we were talking about earlier, you are no longer going to be coming up empty. You are going to be able to be connecting all of the dots and figuring things out, understanding things in ways that you didn't understand them before. You are on target for your ideal life path in gaining this wisdom and gaining this knowledge, in taking the risks and the chances to be able to understand things. You are really going to be able to find clarity and be able to find the truth. This curiosity is going to give you the truth, because sometimes we will not find the truth unless we go to seek it. So seek out that truth. So just a reminder to you guys, if you'd like to donate or purchase a question, my PayPal and Cash App are both in the description box below. And until then, we will be doing collective messages from the divine beings. So let's see what else they want to talk about today. A lot of it seems like learning and growing, forgiving, being able to come out of defensive energy. You are an amazing person. Watching what you have become makes me so proud. Keep going. Don't let others knock you off your path. You have worked too hard for it. I love that we were just on target for the ideal life path, and now we got that one. Sorry if I wasn't as supportive before, but I know now why this is so important to you, and I know that you can do it. Happy Thanksgiving. Keep being grateful. It looks good on you. So this could be somebody you saw at Thanksgiving, but I feel like this goes back to this last message that we had about somebody from your past who may have tried to talk you out of going down your path because they were feeling very insecure. They were feeling like they'd be left in the cold. They were feeling like you would find better than them because they didn't like they were good enough, and they were projecting that energy onto you. And this person may have tried to stop you from going after your goals, but now they are seeing exactly why these goals were so important to you, why you have worked so hard for it, and they really do see you as being able to accomplish these things and being able to change the world through your actions. And I feel like they don't ever want you to stop at working hard at what you're working on, and to really continue being grateful, because I feel like you came into a very gratitude filled energy recently, and it has shifted a lot of the energy around you. And these people see that and notice that, and they really find you to be very beautiful in that energy. Maybe this person is coming into an energy of gratitude themselves by following your example. Abundance calls. You have the world at your feet. Don't fall for the deceit. Open your eyes to who you are. You don't need to reach too far. You have everything you need inside, you see. So pull your heart and your mind free. Let go of anything holding you back. Trust me, darling, there's no lack. Live in gratitude this very day. Start to see things in a new way. Golden is what you are, and you can go so very far. 11/4/20. If you guys enjoyed that poem, you can find my poems on Dee's StoryTime, and the link is in the description box below. I feel like there's a lot of abundance coming to you because of your shift to this grateful energy, to this gratitude filled energy. You have really been able to release anything that was holding you back, or any feelings like you lacked something. You are definitely somebody who has everything it takes to accomplish what you feel like your life purpose is, because it is your life purpose, and your life purpose is something that only you can do. And I really do feel like there is definitely somebody rooting you on and feeling like you just have the world at your feet. So don't allow anybody who lies on your name, or anybody who tries to start gossip, chaos, or drama in your life to distract you from your goals, to pull you off your path, to pull you out of this gratitude-filled energy. Do not allow the poison of the world around you to invade your energy and to drag you down. So this is an ink blot that I was doing one day. And this one was actually with the very last remnants of the ink in there. So there's not much here, but I do see a rabbit here. I feel like there's a lot of fertility, a lot of growth, a lot of new energy coming in, a lot of vitality. You've been moving very quickly through the hurdles that have been thrown your way. And I also feel like there's a lot of new life coming into your heart energy. You are really healing your heart. You're really growing. You are stepping out of any kind of anxiety or fear-based thinking, and you are transforming into this new way of being, this way of loving and allowing yourself to be open to receive that loving energy that you put out back into your life as well, without fearing everything that comes your way so much. You're following your curiosity. You are following this zest for life, this passion, this motivation, this drive, and it's leading you towards your deepest heart's desires. I feel like there's a lot of beauty coming to life around you. We have the whale. We have the octopus. Once again, you're healing your heart. You're healing that feminine energy within yourself. You are really connecting more fully to that understanding, compassionate, loving side of yourself. You may have cast it away for a little while because of the people that hurt you, and you felt like it was your heart's fault that people hurt you, and the way that you felt and treated people was the reason why they hurt you, and you blamed it on that. So you might have forsaken that part of yourself. You might have thrown it in the trash. You might have never wanted to see that side of yourself again, that beautiful Queen of Cups energy. You never wanted to see that again because you felt like that was the reason why all of these painful lessons happened to you. But these painful lessons happened to you so you can learn from them, so you could grow from them, and they would have happened to you whether you had that beautiful heart energy or not. But that beautiful heart energy made it a lot easier. It made it a lot more beautiful of a life. It made you feel a lot better about situations around you. It made you it made you able to let go of and release things a lot easier, instead of holding on to them with bitterness and resentment, with pain and agony and hurt. And now you are learning how to let go of those things. You're learning how to not cling on to things so strongly. You're really starting to see the bigger picture, and you're really starting to see also that other people that may have clung on to you, they may have behaved in very lower vibrational energies and ways, and a lot of that was because of this unhealed energy they had within themselves. You're starting to see the bigger picture. You're listening to the signs, the synchronicities, the messages coming into you. You really have a lot of messages coming into you as well, and you are really seeing things with a higher perspective at this point, with a bigger view, and you're seeing the bigger picture instead of just all the minor details and all of the little things that may have added up to a lot in the past, which could have caused you to try to cling to situations or to feel out of balance. And I feel like you're forgiving yourself and you're forgiving others for a lot of the things that were going on in the past. You're really understanding why things played out the way that they did and how you can play them out in a different manner in the future as well. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Seven of Cups. You have really moved into this energy of freedom. Instead of clinging to things, or instead of holding on too tightly, or instead of feeling codependent on anything, you are starting to realize that you have everything that you need inside of yourself. You have a wealth of emotion inside of yourself to give to you when you need it. You have that stability, that balance, that strength. You have self-confidence now, where in the past you may not have. You may even be noticing people around you that have had these shocking realizations or have gone through these painful experiences, and now they are feeling much more confident as well. They are following your example to find this confidence, this self-respect, this self-love. You are really doing a good job of standing strong on your own, feeling like you have everything that you need and the universe will provide the rest. This goes back to the call that was mentioned at the beginning of this reading, and I feel like if there is a call that you are receiving soon, you are going to have the self-respect, the self-confidence, the stability and strength within you to be able to handle this situation that may come as a very strong shock to you. Something may be falling apart, or something may have happened that is something that is really awful, or somebody could be challenging your beliefs as well. Somebody could be really just bringing a wrench in to what you've been working on in some sort of way. And I feel like you are going to be able to handle it with confidence. You're going to be able to handle it with ease. You are really going to be able to take care of this situation without allowing your vibrations to drop down, without allowing yourself to get stuck in the past, without allowing yourself to cling on to things that you need to let go of. You're going to be able to let go. You're going to be able to be in this energy of forgiveness, this energy of understanding. There may even be some truths that are being exposed to you that you already knew were coming in because you had an inkling of it. You had messages and signs and synchronicities that were leading you towards this answer. I also feel like that you may be shocked by just how many options that you have around you, just how many options you have to be able to take care of yourself, to be able to provide for yourself, to be able to take care of those you love and provide for them. You may have a lot of different options at your disposal, as far as people looking at you to want to date you, or as far as different types of jobs that you could do, different skills, different talents. You have a lot within you. And I feel like some of you could have been looking at other people and going, oh, they got so many gifts, so many talents, so many amazing things about them. And at one point in time, you did not see those same amazing things about yourself, but you are really going to be seeing those amazing things about yourself as well now. And you are really going to be being shocked by just how beautiful you really are. And by just how many options you really do have. Because I feel like some of you felt like you didn't have any options. There was no place to turn. There was nowhere to go. There was nothing you could do. And I feel like you guys really had to be on your own for a little while and had to really trust in yourself so that you could learn just how strong you were on your own. But now you are going to be seeing that there was always a lot of these options around you for different things that you could do. And you just needed to learn some things before you could actually see or notice them. Obstacles present themselves. Know that you can overcome. Your commitment to your true path is being tested. Sometimes the going gets tough. Remember in those moments that the tough get going. You are strong enough. And this goes back to a little bit ago when it was talking about your commitment being tested. Anything worth doing is going to be difficult in some sort of way. And your commitment is always going to be tested on whatever situation you feel like you are committed to. And if you are committed to it strongly enough, then you will be able to continue on this path, regardless of the tests that come in. And if it's not meant to be your path, then you might just fall off that path when those tests come along. That's why those tests are there, is to test how much you want this and what it really means to you. A powerfully big ego it must take for humans to think that they are the only planet out of all the vast galaxies that could have life. I actually talked about this in my last live reading, I think. It's the same ego that drives them to believe that animals are just dumb beasts, or children don't deserve the same respect that others do. There is a lot that ego affects in the human world. This reminds me of an article I was reading yesterday about Idaho trying to make sure to stop an injunction where people want to give the land and animals the same rights as a human. So if people are dumping toxic waste into a lake, for example, people could actually sue them for destroying the land and for the poison that they're dumping into the land, like they would be able to do if somebody tried to poison their child, or you know what I mean. And they're trying to stop that because the land is not as important as a child and it shouldn't be treated as such. And an animal's not as important as a child and it shouldn't be treated as such. That is called human ego. And we got big ones sometimes. And you know what? The land is just as fucking important as every human being on it. You want to know why? Because without this land, we wouldn't even fucking exist. We wouldn't even be able to survive. Without those animals on this land, we wouldn't be able to survive either. So people really need to check their ego. Try not to let it guide your actions. It takes big pride to cling to being right, even when you're proven wrong. So make sure that if there is a situation that comes up where somebody has proven you wrong, that you're able to apologize and admit where you have gone wrong. And it could also even be that you're dealing with somebody who has been proven wrong and they've been clinging to feeling like they're right, and they may actually be getting humbled by the universe around them. It also takes fear of abandonment or punishment. They will lie continuously and hold on for dear life because they don't want to be abandoned or punished for expressing the truth. That is exactly why beating kids never works. But sitting down and talking to them and admitting that you have been there and done that, but it doesn't make it okay. Sometimes you have learned that the hard way. And so do sometimes your children have to learn that the hard way too. Sometimes your partners do. Sometimes your parents do. Sometimes anybody around you could have to learn the hard way too. And you have to learn how to let go and allow them to go down their own path. Detach yourself from that situation so that you can see it with the eyes of love and not the eyes of hatred, resentment, bitterness, anything like that. Don't allow the things that they have going on to be projected onto you by you absorbing it. It's amazing what a respectful conversation can do for you and for them. So, like we were talking about at the beginning of this, with somebody calling you and not allowing yourself to jump into defensiveness or allowing a combative fight to break out, it's time to really be respectful and to also make sure you are checking other people when they're being disrespectful of you. But it's amazing what a respectful conversation where everybody is openly communicating honestly can really do for a situation. So there may definitely be a situation in your life where somebody may be coming to seek forgiveness and expressing truths that they have kept within for a very long time because they didn't feel like they could express them before, but they have gained the confidence now to feel like they will be okay if they express these truths. Because if everybody deserts them, they will still be here and they will still be feeling good. I can understand that. I've been there with that specific topic myself, and it's really hard to, especially with moms or with dads, because parents have a really hard time a lot of times being able to say they're sorry or being able to admit that they did something wrong because they somehow project that onto I'm a bad human or I'm a bad parent or I'm a this or I'm a that, and I'm supposed to be the one that's in charge. I'm supposed to be the one that's in control. I'm supposed to be the one that's always right and knows everything. And you know what? You can learn from your kids every day if you allow that ego to fade away. I've learned a lot from my own kids. Automatic writing, and I've sat down and told them sorry when I feel like I've done something wrong. People should be able to do that, but they feel like they will lose their power and control if they admit where they went wrong. Focus your intentions towards faith and trust in the plan and in the very unfolding for your highest good in the end. Remember to live in and enjoy every moment. The universe works faster when you are having fun and appreciating everything as it is. Honor the feelings that you have within your heart. Recognize and accept them. So, even though you're very tired of dealing with your mom and the disrespect and all that kind of stuff, remember that you still love her. And you know what? That doesn't mean you have to have her in your life every day either. You can love her and not have her in your life at all, if that means that it brings your life peace. And expressing to your mom that you need her to stop disrespecting you and treating you the way that she is, and realize that you are a grown-up and you are living your life how you're going to live your life, whether she likes it or not, is a very important thing. That tells her that you, first off, she might actually be very proud of you too, because holy shit, you're an adult. I just realized this. And wow, you're as strong as I was when I came into adulthood, because I told my parents the same thing. Most kids do get to that point, although for some reason the generation of parents around my parents' time had a tendency to want to create codependency in their kids so they would never leave them, even though all of them went like completely across the world from where their parents lived when they came of age. They completely moved away from them, but they didn't want any of their kids to do the same thing, to live their own life, to be adults themselves. Exactly. And she may not care how you feel at all, but that's why you need to tell her how you feel. She may not even know how you feel. Express how you feel and tell her, if you cannot start respecting me, I will be done with this relationship. And then do not call her, do not visit her, do not get a hold of her again, ever. If she comes back to you, even if she doesn't apologize, but her behavior has changed, then it worked. And if she doesn't, then she has too much pride and ego, and that is not on your shoulders. Well, if you told her many times, then you need to walk away now, and you need to just not talk to her anymore. And if she gets a hold of you and she starts her disrespectful crap, then you tell her, bye, Mom, and hang up the phone. Yes, treat it like a death. Recognize and accept them, allowing yourself to feel them. And it does hurt. It is very painful to do that. It's very painful to do that, but sometimes we have to move away from those things. Know that obstacles are always detours in the right direction. Everything you go through adds to the person that you are, and it allows you a chance for growth. Remember that happiness is your birthright, and it is found within. Sometimes being humbled is required to find it. All roads lead somewhere. Remember that you have a choice in which one that you take. And it is your choice, which keeps us from falling into that victimhood mentality. You're very welcome. It keeps us from falling into that victimhood mentality of, oh, I feel this way because of my mom, because she always treats me like this and she always makes me feel like this. Well, I didn't have to stick around and put up with it either. So I made the choice to put up with it. And I made the choice also to allow her words to affect me mentally, because I can choose not to as well. I can choose to disengage from it. I can choose to detach from it. And I can choose to believe what I am telling my mind instead of what she is from the outside. Granted, it's extremely hard to do. It's extremely hard to stay around people who treat you like that and feel good about yourself. It can be done, but that's also why a lot of times it requires you to just cut off the connection. Monster at home. Every time you came... Okay, so this is actually a song that I have on my D's StoryTime channel. I'm not going to sing it right now, but I will read it. It's about molestation, basically. Every time you came, I was to blame. Felt so dirty, couldn't even be flirty, 'cause I was to blame every time you came. Brushed my hair and washed it in the bath. No one to care, you do the math. You came in like you were the saving grace. We'll take a hike and get out of my face. It wasn't my fault, but in the wound you poured salt. You told them all, couldn't turn away from that doll, a seductress child. With me the blame was filed. A grown-ass man from the guilt he ran. Got 'em all to believe. He knew how to deceive, but it was always you, through and through. You are to blame, and that's the end of the game. So, I feel like translating this over to the topic at hand, I feel like you were to blame for a lot of different things that was going on in this person's life, that they really poured salt in your wounds, constantly tried to tear you down, constantly deceived others and made other people feel like you were a liar, or like you were a bad kid, or like you were the one that was to blame for everything going on in their life, and they were the ones that was to blame for everything that was going on in their lives. But that's the same as we are the ones to blame for everything going on in our lives. And so that's where we take our power back and make a choice to do things differently. Instead of blaming it on those people, we move away from those people, so those people are not a part of our path anymore, or causing anything to be going on in our path anymore. Or we learn how to be able to be around those people and not allow them to tear us down in that way. We have the Six of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Hermit. Taking some time to yourself for some self-care, for some self-healing, for some self-reflection, to really dive into you and understand what is going on within, is going to help you to be able to understand what is going on with others much better as well. It's also going to help you to pull back your energy and separate it from the energies of others, so that you are no longer making choices based off of the emotions or the energetic resonance of other people. Take time to protect your energy, to cleanse your energy, to really wash yourself clean of that past, to understand who you are, what you want, and where you want to be going, so that you can move away from the shadow of darkness and the pain that it has cast over your life. It's time to really decide to leave behind this darkness, to leave behind this past painful memories. There could definitely be some childhood traumas that had occurred in your life that you are learning how to walk away from, and learning how to really see the beauty in as well. And also to know that even with tough experiences, there can be a lot of beauty that comes from that. I was actually talking to somebody the other day who was saying something about somebody in town ended up in the hospital because they ended up using heroin that was laced with fentanyl. There's been a lot of drugs in this country laced with fentanyl recently, and it is killing and severely injuring people left and right. So she was talking about this person, and she was saying something about, I just don't understand it, because this person's never really had anything happen in their life. They have no excuse for it, no reason for it. There is no excuse for it, for one thing. There is no excuse for it. It doesn't matter what you've been through, because I've been through fucking hell in a handbasket, and I'm not laying in a hospital over ODing on fucking heroin. So come on now. Tell me another story. Take your damn power back and stop being a victim, because that's not the way to go. And another thing, I also told her that, hey, a lot of times that seems to be the people who end up doing that the most, the ones who have never faced anything in their life. Because once they face something, even the smallest thing is too hard for them to handle. The ones who have been through trial after trial after trial after trial, those ones are generally the ones that can handle anything that comes their way without having to turn to drugs or alcohol, especially if they saw a lot of people doing that in their childhood and wanted to not go down that same path. A lot of times it's the people who have been through hell that actually are the ones who can handle that hell without having to turn to the outside sources like drugs or alcohol to be able to make it through those situations. And she just had this look on her face like, wow, you know what? I think you're making sense. I actually had somebody about 2 years ago tell me something about that. They're like, I don't understand how you're so stable in your life and how you keep things together so well. I pretty much had my life handed to me, and you have been through hell. And somehow I can't even manage to keep any part of my life together. I don't get it. And I was like, that's because you were never able to actually, this is why you don't helicopter parent. This is why you don't pick them up from every single situation they go through and protect them and shield them from everything, because they never see the world and they never learn how to interact with it or deal with it either. In order to be a good parent, you need to allow your children the freedom to explore their world on their own, so they can learn how to deal with it and interact with it. But so many people have been brainwashed into fear and anxiety. And yeah, things happen sometimes, but it's not the end of the world. And if things are meant to happen, they're meant to happen. It's $10 a question today, but in March I will be doing another one free question reading at the beginning of March. Yeah, there's a lot of people who do that. You're welcome. Yeah, there's a lot of people who shelter people and brainwash them very much so. It's because they want to keep you codependent on them. They don't want you to leave them. They want to hold on and cling to you very tightly. They want to keep you by their side, even if that cost is you never being able to actually live life. And what's the point of living life if you aren't living life? There is no point in that. My mother-in-law was so upset. My kids were like 6 and 7 years old, and I was letting them go around the block and play with their friends around the block. And oh my God, you can't let them go around the block in our tiny little town, and freaking out. And I was like, you know what? You were letting my fucking husband was walking to school when he was in kindergarten. He was 5 years old and he was walking to school from their house. She followed him the first time, and then after that, it was fine. But she has been so brainwashed by the entire world to believe that the whole world is out to get everybody, that you can't let them go play outside. It's a different world these days. Yeah, it is a different world these days. A world in which if somebody sees somebody trying to drag your child off, they're going to say or do something. If somebody sees somebody beating a woman on the side of the street, they're going to say or do something. If somebody sees somebody dragging a woman down the alleyway to rape her, they're going to do something. Back in the past, they wouldn't have. So yeah, this world is a different place these days. There's some good things and some bad things about the different place that it has become. Hi, KM. So you're really starting to see things from a different perspective. The things in your childhood you're starting to see from a different perspective. The reason that your mom brainwashed you in that way and made you feel very socially anxious, I'm pretty sure, made you feel like you can't really go out and do anything, like it's really hard to face the world. You're seeing those things from a different perspective now. You're starting to understand the love that went into that. Because yes, it is bullshit. But the reason they do that is out of love. They don't want to lose you. They don't want you to get hurt. They don't want you to get upset. They don't want this big bad world to eat you up and spit you out. And so they do these things that are very toxic to train you to not be in that world, because they don't want that world to hurt you. They don't want you to be disappointed by it. They don't want you to be torn down by it. You're welcome, Rashima. You know what? She's doing what she loves, and she's doing what she feels like is important. Doing something that she feels proud of and that she feels like is making a difference in this world. And I don't think that she would be happier to die any other way. Most warriors would be more happy to die in battle than of old age in their bed at the end of their life. And I am not hoping she dies or anything. I'm not saying she's going to die. But what I am saying is, if she does, know that she died doing what she loved. I had to tell my mom this last year. I actually wrote a poem about it. I had to tell my mom this last year that if I die doing what I love, fucking celebrate that shit. Because she was worried about me doing this. My dad was too, because he was really paranoid about anybody knowing anything about you, really. So being out in the public eye this much on social media, holy shit, he was really worried about that. My mom was extremely worried about the people I was around, because I'm around unhealed people on a regular basis because I'm a healer. So I am around unhealed people. I am around people with severe mental issues and problems and stuff like that. My mom didn't want me to die doing what I'm doing. And like I told her, if I do, fucking celebrate that shit, because I'm doing what I love. I'm doing what I feel like I'm meant to do. I'm doing what I feel like leaves a purpose in this world and really gives me a reason for living. So I am going to continue doing what I love doing. And if I die doing it, so be it. That is what was meant to be. And sometimes people die for a reason, especially when they are in such an important role like that. You can pay through Super Chat, although that doesn't actually go directly to me. It goes to YouTube, and they take part of it out for nonprofit organizations and stuff like that. So yeah, the way it happens varies. I also have PayPal and Cash App as well, and you can find both of those in the description box. Aw, thank you. Thank you very much. Rebuilding foundations, bloodshed, tears, ashes, rain. Been through so much hardship and pain, overcoming left and right. For far too long, no end in sight. World gone, ashy and gray. but I live to fight another day. Slowly cleansing rain brings spring. Slowly I start to dance and sing. Colors start to light the way. A little girl's giggles and play. Swift action now comes to bring together something none will ever sever. So there is going to be some sort of reconciliation, some sort of coming to an understanding, some sort of being able to figure things out between you and somebody else. And there is going to be a connection here in your life that will never be able to be torn apart by anyone ever again, because you are rebuilding the foundations, and the foundations of this are going to be so strong that it could never come crumbling down like the pyramids. Look how amazingly strong the pyramids are. Just the best foundation you could ever imagine. And by the way, this card that just came out in that last message, this happened the other day too. This poem came out right after I pulled this card out. And this card reminds me of that so much. The Six of Swords is about being able to see hope again and peace again and love and light and happiness again after all of the hard times, the chaos, drama, the bad experiences, things like that. It's like the sun coming back out again after a big long storm, or a rainbow after a rainstorm, as the promise of something good to come after the bad has passed. And life is always going to have its ups and downs. It's just always going to have its ups and downs. Focus on that beauty coming back again after the long, hard times that you have endured. Focus on the things around you now and here. See the beauty in it all. Show gratitude and clear out anything unneeded. Blessings will soon be coming in. You just may not see the results of your work yet. Patience will pay off. You may be feeling that all eyes are on you, that you may not have done the right thing. Who's to say what that is? We are all doing the best that we can in the moment. Have compassion for yourself and for others. Your intentions were pure, and your patience will pay off with a generous offer. You may have been tricked and left to walk away in shame, but there is someone who sees the real value. Open up your heart to receive. So you could have definitely been through a lot. You could have been through a very painful experience or a traumatizing experience, and you may even be going through some of that right now. It's time to really find the stars at nighttime. It's time to focus on things that bring you hope, that bring you joy. It's time to really look around you and see what you have to be grateful for, which can be really hard to do at times. Trust me, over the last couple of years, there has been a lot of darkness that has visited my life. And there has been a few times where I've been on my knees crying in prayer, or ranting and raving and screaming at them in prayer, because I've been there too. And taking that time out to really get calm, to get centered, to get peaceful, and to look around you and go, hey, I have this to be grateful for. Not everybody might have this. And even if everybody did, you know what? This is something to be grateful for, because I could be living a life without it. What would a life without it look like? Because things could always get worse. Focus on those things that bring you that hope, that bring you that happiness, that bring you that joy, even when times get hardest. Focus on the silver lining of those storm clouds. Even the molestation I went through as a child, I can think about good things that happened because of that. For one thing, I would not be here talking to you today. That is the biggest good thing that came from that. Without me being molested, I would not be here talking to you today. And so instead of, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you, you can go, oh, I am so grateful that happened to you, because me too. I am grateful that happened to me, because without it, I would not be here. And this is what I love doing. I'm on my own. Grateful for the freedom here, constant need to release the fear, watched over, guided, and protected, constantly feeling intersected. Seeing light is hard at times, darkness released through my rhymes. Grateful that I am never alone, my skills and knowledge, weapons I hone. Building up my spiritual faith, always in touch with a ghostly wraith. Standing in my own power now, at long last I can take a bow. No matter how hard this is, freedom is a win. So you may have moved away from a situation that was very toxic, and you may have taken your freedom back, and you may be having a very hard time at being able to get on your own 2 feet after moving away from this situation, or at feeling like you're not alone, things like that. And I feel like a lot of what you're going through right now is so that you can feel like you are good on your own, like you are doing amazing things. You're really learning a lot, you're growing a lot, you're learning how to stand in your power, to how to be confident, how to be solid and stable, how to feel like you have everything you need within your life, and the universe will provide the rest. You're really learning how to lean on faith, to really believe in divine grace as well, to believe that your needs will be met if you pray and ask for it. Sometimes you have to actually ask for that help because they are not going to intervene unless you do. They don't want to be stepping on toes, and they want to make sure that you also are able to swallow your pride and ego and express yourself when you need the help. And that includes not only when you're praying, but that includes in the physical world as well. There have been times that they have pushed me to reach out and ask for that help. And then there have been people who have commented on my post saying, oh, you don't need to make this attention seeking post to get the help that you need. You just have to pray, and you should know that by now. And I was like, excuse me, I was led to make this post by the people that I pray to, because they didn't want me to let pride get in the way of me getting help. And if you can't reach out and ask for that help, how are you ever supposed to get that help? Lean on Me is the song that's coming to mind. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on for. That song is great. And in that song, he talks about how is anybody supposed to be able to help you with those of your needs that you won't mention, and you won't mention them because of pride. So make sure that you are not hiding your needs from the world out of pride or out of this feeling that I have to do everything alone because I am strong enough to do everything alone. And people who ask for help are weak, or people who ask for help are attention seeking. Whatever the case may be, do not allow that crap to get in the way of you asking for help when you need it. Because sometimes the universe is going to humble you till you get it through your head that you need to reach out and ask for help when you need it, instead of believing instead of pretending you have it all together for the world to see. And as you show more of your authentic self, as you expose who you really are to the world around you, you are ending a lot of negative cycles in your life. You are definitely coming into your own. You are lighting up the world around you and healing it as you do these things. Because you are healing yourself, you are able to heal so many people around you just through your inspiration, through your guidance as well, but through your inspiration in general. You are definitely going to be living life, having a lot more fun, really being able to let go of the past and call in the new. I feel like you also know as well that something really good is coming for you. You are very much in touch with your higher self. You are not meant to know everything that is going on or all the details. And a lot of the reason you're not meant to know all the details or everything that is going on is because you are meant to live on faith. You are meant to have that faith, have that trust, because believing is seeing. Seeing is not believing, but believing is seeing. So you are being called on to listen to your faith and trust in the messages that you are receiving, and to allow yourself to be guided and to not feel like you need to know everything, to realize that we are not meant to know everything, that sometimes there are going to be things that we were not told about before they get here. Even if you're a psychic, you do not know everything, period. And you're not meant to, because you're meant to go through some of the lessons and situations that you went through for a reason. And if you knew, then you would never have stepped into those situations. So they had to make sure you didn't know. So you would step into those situations so you could see them. Put it this way, a couple years ago, I asked to be a better healer than I was. And I asked to be given what I needed to be able to help lead as many people as I could to healing through my gifts. And so they put me through the fucking ringer. Through the fucking ringer. Be careful what you wish for sometimes, because they put me through it. So that I could learn, so that I could experience, so that I could see things from those perspectives. Anything that I had not experienced before, almost anything that I had not experienced before, they stuck me through so that I could learn from those situations, learn from those experiences, so I could grow my knowledge, so I could grow my wisdom, and so that I could understand those things, so that I wouldn't be judgmental over those things, so that I would be able to see those things clearly, so that I would be able to know about those things and be able to help people in those situations. Everything happens for a reason. I feel like there is a lot of prosperity, a lot of joy, a lot of happiness coming to you for the emotional healing that you have been working on and the growth that you have had in your life. Some of you could even be finding a life partner and getting married or getting engaged. There is definitely going to be a lot of emotional fulfillment for you. There is definitely somebody out there who is the person you're meant to be with, not your other half, because you are both whole on your own. And a lot of what you went through is so that you could gain this wholeness and this completeness on your own. So that when you come into contact with this person, you guys are just an added benefit to each other's lives. And if you lose one or the other, then you guys are not going to completely die because of the codependency there. I feel like you're going to be meeting a lot more people that are more on your level, that you relate to in a greater way. You're going to be calling in your soul tribe, your soul family, as you reveal more of yourself and your truth and your authenticity and who you really are. It is going to be breaking those past cycles of calling in people that are masked because you were masked at some point, and you are going to be calling in people who no longer have that mask because you have chosen to put your mask away. Prosperity. A prosperous business with riches and success. Star. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. Fairy magic. Respectfully work with the fairies and the elementals to achieve your goals. So, taking care of the land around you, making sure that when you see trash laying on the ground, pick it up and throw it away. It takes 5 seconds. Carry a bag around with you in your pocket if you need to. But pick up the trash and throw it away. It takes 5 seconds. When you go to a campsite, make sure that you leave it cleaner than when you got there. Doing those kinds of things to take care of your earth ensures that your earth is going to be there to take care of you, including the fairies who live in nature, because they want their nature to remain in a good state. You knew there would be a message about healing relationships. Wow, there was a lot of it at the beginning of this too. There's definitely a reconciliation coming to relationships in people's lives, especially considering 2/22/22 is next week. That means that balance, peace, and harmony is going to be coming to a lot of situations in your life where there hasn't been that peace, balance, and harmony in a very long time. And I feel like a lot of that is going to be being healed and going to be completing cycles and bringing about new energy. This year is definitely going to be a very healing year. After the last couple years of just massive crap going on everywhere in the world, this year is going to be a very healing year. And your intuition was on point. So, let's see what other messages there are today. And just a reminder, if anybody wants to donate, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list in the description box below. And if you want to buy a question, that's how you can do that as well. Fear, division, and hate are the illusions. Love is real. So, fear, division, and hate are the illusions. Anyone who wants to push you to believe that the world's this big, scary, awful place, that's all an illusion. And that is what keeps you from experiencing love and experiencing good things in your life. Because if you're always worried about the other shoe dropping and expecting it and waiting for it, that's what you're calling into your world. Time to arm yourself with love and with light. Shine so much that the darkness scatters and dissipates as you enter a space. Like the cockroaches scurrying away from the sunlight. You are powerful enough to cleanse any space that you enter or any person that you meet. Don't let the world convince you otherwise with their fear and their division tactics. Keep uniting and unifying. It is never too late for anyone. They can always join the side of the light. And so this takes me back to that message I was saying earlier about how my mom didn't want me doing what I'm doing because I'm around a lot of dangerous people. Because when you're a healer and you are dealing with unhealed people, they have a lot of toxicity within them. Anybody who is carrying around any kind of baggage or burden like that, there's toxicity of different varying levels within them. And that fear, that anxiety, that hate, that division, that judgmentalness, all of that is the illusion. Love is what is real. Anyone can choose at any time to change how they're living or to decide to heal. And that doesn't mean you should spend all of your time, energy, and effort putting into a situation where people are not deciding to take the actions necessary to learn, grow, and heal, because some of them won't. Some of them will never change. That is a true fact. Some will never change. And some are willing to put in that work and that effort to be able to make the changes necessary in their life to grow and to heal and to feel good again. Remember who you are. You are a warrior with a deep inner strength and power. Look at everything that you have been through from a different perspective. Without every bit of it, who would you be exactly? What would you know? What would you have overcome to be able to see your strengths and work on your weaknesses? And you are someone who has always cared deeply about learning and growing from every experience. So pat yourself on the back and tell yourself, job well done, making it to a new, stronger, smarter, and more knowing than ever self. Don't hate your past that poisons, don't hate your past. That poison affects your present. 126:21. This brings me back to what I was talking about being here. And without the abuse I went through, I would not be here. So I am very grateful for it. Some people will tell me, oh, I'm so sorry you went through that. And then I will tell them, I am not sorry that I went through that. I'm not. Because who would I be without it? I am very grateful for it. Granted, did I enjoy it? Do I want it to happen again? Hell no. But I am very grateful for it. Because without it, I wouldn't be me. And who would you be without those things that you went through? You would be somebody completely different. And first off, you probably wouldn't have the empath capabilities that you do, because empaths are usually forged through heavy amounts of abuse, which is why we have to learn how to detach ourselves from trying to make everyone around us happy, because we went through so much pain. We never want anybody to feel that pain. This message is pretty close to erased. So much more than you know. You aren't immature. Allow others to give to you the same way that you give to others. It's time to have the courage to speak the truth. It's time to have the courage to face the world and express yourself. To really recognize the emotional stability and strength that you have within yourself as well. And to see just how much you have accomplished simply by being able to tame and work with your inner demons instead of allowing them to control you. Because it takes a lot. It takes a lot of persistence, courage, faith, dedication. It takes a lot to be able to conquer the challenges that you have had to face in your life and to be able to sing and dance with joy and happiness after that. Singing and dancing may be very important for you in order to find your peace as well. We have the Knight of Wands, we have the Two of Wands, and we have the Five of Swords. So you might have dealt with a lot of people that were competitive with you, or a lot of people who were very resentful, jealous of your victory over the challenges that you have faced, unable to tell you good job, unable to support you, unable to be around you, or even want to have you around because you are so successful. You are somebody who has leveled up. You are somebody who has really stepped up to the plate, and you have accomplished the impossible, or what they feel is impossible in their own lives, because they're not putting in the work to be able to achieve what seems impossible to them. And it's not impossible because you are living proof that it isn't. And what it takes is choosing to go down that path. You might be chosen for specific gifts, and you might be chosen to have a specific life path, and you might be chosen to go through certain things. You might be chosen to achieve certain things, but unless you choose to do those things, and unless you choose to go down that path, it will never happen. Period. And so, yes, you might have been chosen for your purpose and your path, but you have chosen to be here to do it. So, congratulate yourself. Because not everybody does that. Everybody has a path before them. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has something that they are meant to do, that they are good at, that they can accomplish in their lives. And a lot of people decide not to put in that hard work and that effort. A lot of people give up. A lot of people wake up in the gutter and can't understand why they're there, but they chose to be there. And do I feel bad for them? Yes. Do I hope that they find that healing that they need to pull themselves up out of that gutter? Fuck yeah, I do. And at the same time, they did choose to put themselves in that gutter in a lot of ways. You may be learning a lot about what you're passionate about where you feel the best, about what motivates you, what drives you, about what path you want to take, and a lot of the confusion you may be having in what path you want to take may lie in the fact that you might be worried that you will lose people around you because of choosing this path, and because of the bitterness, the angriness, the jealousy, the competition. It could even be that there's a lot of competition on this path. And so you might be a little bit nervous about going down this path because you're worried that you might have to face that competition. And you're not somebody who likes competition. So don't compete. Don't compete. Focus on your own lane. Other people may try to compete with you, but they kind of look stupid competing with themselves because nobody is competing with them. Triple spiral. Listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. Felix Felicitas, power symbol to create lucky and serendipitous events. Perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. So, you have the ability to be able to keep going despite the odds. And this perseverance and motivation is going to pay off. You are going to be creating a lot of lucky and serendipitous events throughout your life. Things are going to fall in place as you choose to continue going down this path. Divine grace is going to be following you as you choose to learn from the lessons that you are going through and to really take the path that you are meant to be going down. As you are going down this path, there may be a lot of obstacles in the way, but those obstacles are stepping stones in the right direction. If you are finding that you have a lot of luck on your side, you have all your needs being met, you are feeling good, then you know that you are on this right path. And needs are different than wants. Just because your needs are being fulfilled doesn't mean your wants are. That will come later, after all the dedication has paid off. Because that test of commitment is a very strong test of commitment. So if you guys wanted to donate to the channel or pay for a question, you can find my Cash App and PayPal in the description box below. And until then, we're going to continue with the collective messages. And by the way, thank you to anybody who has donated or who has purchased questions on here now or in the past. The actions of a leader. Lead by example. Don't try to force people to go down the same path that you are going down. Remember that you got this and you have the power within you. Doing rituals against you and claiming the reverse. So you could be dealing with somebody who may have been sending black magic your way or spiritual warfare your way, and yet they are trying to tell other people that you are doing that to them. And it may look like it too, because everything they're sending to you is going straight back to them immediately. And so they're getting hit with their own spells and rituals. This person or people are trying to put a glamour spell on you to make others see you as evil. They are trying to diminish your light because it shines bright. They may even be sending you false signs and telling you that your beliefs are evil. So if you're getting messages where it seems like you are being told that you're on the wrong path, that what you're doing is evil, that what you're doing is not okay, that you are playing in things that you don't know anything about and you should stop right now. Make sure that you walk your way back to Jesus, because that's what it reminds me of for me. There's been a lot of people that have been sending nasty things like that to me for a while now, and they're actually pretty gone at this point. They have been for a couple months. I wonder why, because it's just going straight home. People will see their true colors along with their darkness. So black collar crime is coming to mind. Some of them could actually even be some sort of religious leader as well, who is trying to demonize you in some sort of way. And people are going to be seeing their secrets that are hidden away in the closet are going to be being exposed, and people are going to be seeing them for who they really are. Tell your story and don't worry about the opinions or lies of others. Love yourself enough to honor your journey towards becoming who you really are. I have actually mentioned to a few different people who were trying to bully me into accepting their religion that a lot of people find peace going into Christianity. That is true. They do. I found peace leaving it. I'm sorry, but I do not believe in that bullshit anymore because I really just don't. Don't lie for or defend others' negative actions towards you anymore. Nope. They are not justified no matter what they have been through. Yeah, they don't have an excuse. No matter what they have been through, they don't have an excuse. And I know earlier on here I did talk about realizing and understanding why people are doing what they're doing. That's just to bring you peace. That's not so that you excuse their behavior. There is no excuse for their behavior. Can people change their ways, apologize, and make things right? Sure. It depends on how severe it is. But sometimes they can't. And there is no reason for you to lie for them or to stand up for them or justify their behavior. Somebody actually told me a couple months ago, one of the people who betrayed me the most harshly, they were trying to convince me, oh, she's been through so much in her life, though. You just don't understand where she's coming from. And I was like, she's told me most of her life. And I have been through as much hell, actually more hell than she has. If you want to get technical, I was like, and I am not living the way that she's living, so she has no excuse. I do understand, but that does not mean I'm going to put up with her crap, and that does not mean I'm going to allow her to be in my life to destroy my life because she was hurt. That happens to everybody. Everybody is hurt sometimes. You have been enlightened. Trust it. Don't let your happiness be ruled over by another. These are messages from the ancestors as well. Soul journey. Kinship and love. So this journey is bringing you to people who you feel a true kinship with and a true love with. People that you can really relate to, people that are really on your level, people that are really your soul family. Being enlightened in the ways that you have been and really being able to overcome all of these things and face all of these things and find your inner power and learn how to express yourself authentically. All of these things have been part of your soul journey so that you can find those that you connect to. It's simple. No overthinking. Free yourself from the ties that bind. Overcoming challenges, left and right. Have faith that your dreams will come true. Do not allow anybody to pull you away from believing that. The song that's coming to mind is a dream is a wish your heart makes. When you're fast asleep. And then you wake up and you're like, oh shit, I was dreaming that for a reason. Leader. Open your heart. So because of some of these people, they may have actually caused you to close off your heart in some sort of way because of the hurt or pain or betrayal that they put you through. And this was part of their plan too. So do not allow those people to turn you cold-hearted. Wind. My grandma comes and talks to me in the wind. So somebody's grandmother could be talking to them, reaching out to them, trying to help them overcome challenges and open their heart and listen to what their heart has to say. Karmic release. It's time to let go of karmic cycles. It's time to release yourself from the energies that are not serving you anymore. It's time to release yourself from any kind of victimhood mentality. It's time to take your power back, and it's time to make the choice in your own life to be able to take your life where you want to take your life. Regardless of what anybody else wants for your life or what anybody else is doing, this is your path. This is your purpose. Believe, have faith, and have trust that everything that you are working on has a purpose and has a reason. And these people will not be able to shut it off. They will not be able to tear you down. They will not be able to knock you off your throne because this throne is meant for you. And just a reminder, if you guys wanted to purchase a question or leave a donation, my PayPal and Cash App are both in the description box below, and I really appreciate that. Look high, not low. Sights on the sky, set so high, haters always wonder why. Set expectations are a lie, but look at me now, standing tall. I have climbed my brick wall. Are you ready to fight this fight, or is jealousy blocking your sight? You can change your life too. Come out smelling so brand new. But all your time is wasted here, spent only on your nasty leer. Take a minute to look in the mirror. Tell me what it is that you truly fear. See the amazing things you could be if only you were willing to pay the fee. 212 or 2222. So, and this reminds me of this card that just came out. Competition. These people could level up. They could get their life together. They could follow their own path and their own purpose, and they could be rewarded for it and greatly blessed for it. They could have the grace of the divine beings. They could have the accomplishments, the success. They could be doing these things. But instead of working hard on their path, they're busy staring at you, being resentful, bitter, jealous, feeling left out, feeling like they're less than, feeling like they're not good enough. And that is sad. And I've been there where I don't feel good enough, or I feel less than, or I feel in this energy of lack. I've been there myself. Although I wasn't destroying other people's lives because of it. But do not feel pity for these people, because they could climb their way out of it too, just like you climbed your way out of it. And if they are choosing not to, then you can't stick around for them to destroy your life because of their hatred for what you have going on, their resentment or bitterness or jealousy or envy. Fronting with balls. People front all the time. It's always seen through. Just give me a dime. If you did, I'd be rich by now. Everybody wondering exactly how. Lies fall like blood red rain, extending all of human pain. Hurt people, or so I'm told. I'm trying to heal people till I am old. Hurt or not, I try not to hurt, but others never really assert. Intimidation got them quaking. In the oven, our love's bacon. Short on needed things to make it. Stop now, you don't get to throw a fit. If you can't be honest about who you are, you will never go very far. If lies is what you seek to sow, in reaping, you will get your prize bow. Something fake and faulty doesn't feel right, till you're losing hope and out of sight. You say you're one thing, not thinking that others sing, not regarding the image you can't keep, not examining the truths that start to leak. Know yourself before you move towards me. Don't present a picture that no one will ever see. Just be you and I'll just be me. That's the step that will set you free. 10-9-20. So you could have dealt with people that were fronting, people that were lying, people that were peacocking and trying to present a picture that wasn't real. People that were shallow, people that were showing off, people that were trying to one up, people that were really getting in the way of your plans or your goals, people that were really trying to present something that was fake, that wasn't real, that was not even who they actually were. I feel like there's going to be people that have the courage to confront these people, to really expose them as just being this frilly little peacock instead of being this courageous lion. I really feel like people are going to be exposing some of these lies that are going on here, some of these bullshit, some of the bullshit that they've been pulling, some of the things that they've been doing in the background. People are really going to be being exposed right now. I feel like they have definitely been sending some sort of black magic your way, or some sort of spiritual warfare, negative energy, evil eye, whatever it is they've been sending your way. They're going to be being exposed. They've been claiming that you've been doing that to them, but people are going to get to the bottom of this and see the truth. And if you guys enjoyed this poem, you can find my poems on Dee's StoryTime. It's in the description box below, or a link for it is. We have the rabbit and the sea serpent. So you are really breaking the karmic cycles of the past. You are seeing the shallow people for who they really are. You are letting go of that nasty energy coming your way, and abundance is flowing into you for this. I feel like in the past you might have been fearful or worried about the power that these people have, but instead of being in that energy, you are now having faith and trust that the divine beings that are guiding you on your path have far more power than this weak person ever could. This weak person really has nothing in comparison. And I feel like as you do this, especially as you do this, all of that energy is going directly back to them, which is part of the reason why they're able to claim that you are sending that negative energy their way. But people aren't going to buy that bullshit. And even if they do, it's going to be being exposed. This was actually written about an ex of mine, so this could be an ex of yours as well. And you're being asked to look to the sky, to pray, to believe, and have faith and trust that your prayers are heard and that your prayers are answered, and that this person has no ability to be able to hurt somebody that is in the blessed energy of the divine beings. So let's see what other messages that the divine beings want to discuss today until we have somebody who wants to purchase a question. What's funny is usually people show up right at the end to want to purchase a question. So let's see. We have, it's time to face your greatest fear. Turn and look in the mirror. No more running. What do you see? What needs healed? What needs acknowledgement? What needs release? Self-forgiveness, self-love and compassion? What needs understanding? Love yourself fully, the shadow side too. As you uncover it, you have to accept it as a part of you, to leave behind the behaviors. If you deny them, then you can never heal them. And here's another thing as well. If you find yourself judging people around you, look in the mirror, because you're judging yourself too. When you take that time to be understanding, accepting, and compassionate for yourself, you are much more of that to the people around you. And also, at the same time, if you are somebody who gives that understanding, compassion, love, generosity, all of that kind of things, forgiveness to everyone around you, then you can sure as hell give it to you too. Because you're just a human being like the rest of the human beings. None of us are better than anyone else. None of us are worse than anybody else. We are all human. And so love yourself fully, accept those things about yourself, and work to change the things that you are not feeling good about. And applaud yourself for being able to see those things and work on them instead of denying them, instead of feeling very self-righteous or judgmental. You are starting to break out of your shell. Keep communicating. Keep opening your throat chakra. Your communication is highly powerful. You bring massive truths to light. Never lose this newfound freedom over your voice. You have the gift to change the perspectives and ideas of people in this world with your words. You are meant for big things in writing, social justice, social media influencing, tarot reading, or psychology. So you are definitely meant to use your voice in some sort of way that is very powerful. And if you are busy looking at yourself in a negative way for some of the truths you have to speak, then you are not going to be able to speak those truths. So taking a moment to look in that mirror and understand what you are not liking about yourself is going to help you immensely in being able to open yourself up and express yourself more fully and more authentically. Some people feel like it's mean to tell people the truth about how you're feeling in a situation. So you should just be polite. That's not polite. That is destroying yourself to please another. That's people pleasing. That is hiding what you really feel, boxing up those emotions because others around you can't handle it, instead of being honest and authentic, instead of being truthful. And you know what? I would rather have the truth any day than a candy-coated lie. The bullshit is just bullshit. That's all it is. And I don't want that. I would much rather have the truth. So be truthful in your dealings with people. And that truth will allow you to change lives. It's not mean to speak the truth, but sometimes it does open people's eyes, and sometimes people get triggered by it. It's not your fault. That's what they have going on within them that triggers it. Has nothing to do with you. Dolphin, balanced energy, joyful, playful, good instincts, intelligent. You are very protective, and also you bring life to any situation or to anyone stuck in deep depression. Lucky, self-sacrificing. You make friends very easily and with all types of people. You bring harmony and peace wherever you go. So self-sacrificing. You know, it is really a good thing to be very generous and kind and selfless in this world, but self-sacrificing is different. When you are sacrificing yourself to make others happy, and then you're upset at them because they walked all over you like you were a doormat. Well, you didn't put boundaries up. What did you expect? You told people they could walk all over you like you were a doormat. You told people that they could wipe their muddy boots on you, and then you got pissed off at them because they wiped their muddy boots on you. What did you expect? You told them they could. So do not do that. Tell them what you feel. Tell them what you think. Put your boundaries up in the right way and in the appropriate way. And it is not mean to do that. It is perfectly fine to do that. And if people can't handle it, they can get on. Because you know what? If you're going to be respectful of other people and you're going to treat them with kindness and love, and you're going to respect their boundaries when they speak their truth, then why shouldn't they do the same for you? And if they can't, then you don't need to be around those people. But you are definitely a healer who is really going to make a very big difference in this world through your ability to be able to speak. And your speaking really needs to be freed. Your speech needs to be freed so that you can do the things that you need to do. Shine your light. Shine your light on the world today. Spread your light with what you say. Fill up your cup so you can see all darkness before you will flee. Your power is great and it's meant to heal. Believe in you and know that it's real. Cleanse your energy, carve your legacy, allow yourself to open up, heal yourself, and fill your cup. So it is time to heal you. It's time to self-sacrifice for you instead of just the rest of the entire world. It's time to really focus on what makes you feel good. Focus on what you can and can't do for other people. Focus on how much you should be giving and how much you shouldn't be giving. Focus on expressing to people what you need in return and not just feeling like they should already know or they should just do it without asking. And you shouldn't just be doing it without asking, and you shouldn't just be already knowing. Even if you do already know, let them ask you. Let them come to you. Or ask them if they would like you to. And then if they're like, well, if you want to, well, do you need me to? Would you like me to? Would you appreciate me doing it? Instead of just allowing them to take it for free in some sort of way, you know? You may find that you are overly sensitive at times to the view that others have of you. Feeling like you are somewhat unworthy of love is keeping you from seeing your true potential and the many options that are in front of you and the doors that are opening all around you. Wow, this takes me all the way back to the beginning of this reading. It's time to let your inner fire burn and cleanse, bringing a transformation. The sun always comes back out after a storm, and it is time to acknowledge how far that you have let yourself slip. Forgive yourself and accept that we are all human and that it happens, and then change what you feel like needs to be changed. So we just talked about that pretty much. It's time to realize how many options you have, and it's also time to stop worrying about what others think, what other people say, how others view you, whether or not they feel like you're making bad decisions in your life, things like that. It's time to really notice those things. It's time to really appreciate yourself. It is time to not really care. Because you know what? There's no point in living your life to please others or make them happy or to gain their respect or whatever. There's no point in living your life that way. If you don't have your own self-love and respect, then you're never going to feel very good. And your own self-love and respect is hindered by the fact that you might be bending over backwards to people that are just not worthy of the energy you are bringing and who would never do the same for you. And there's no point in being stuck in those situations or feeling like you're stuck in those situations. It's time to break free of those situations. It's time to express your truth. And it is time to go to places where people actually do respect what you have to say and actually do take into account how their actions make you feel, and strive not to destroy you through those actions. Because you're somebody, I feel like, that would never be around just to destroy somebody through your actions. You're very positive, joyful, uplifting. You have a lot of good energy within you to offer to this world around you. And I feel like a lot of you may actually be even turning energy work of some sort into a living. That's what I do with my living. Energy work. And I feel like you guys are really just going to be buzzing around with a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. The hard work that you are putting in is not only for yourself, it is for your family as well. It's for your legacy. It is something that you can leave behind, something that you can really be proud of, something that you have worked excessively hard at. You have really been building, you have been growing, you have been working hard, and you have been overcoming every challenge that comes your way for a reason. And that reason is not only a selfish reason. The reasons that you are working on these things is as much for other people as it is for you. And if that's what it takes to make you put your energy and effort towards that, then make sure that you know that, because that is what it is. Everything that you are doing right now to heal yourself is as much for everyone around you as it is for you. Because as you heal yourself, as you bring yourself into this higher vibrational level, as you stop allowing people to abuse you and use you and step on you, you are much more able to be in a higher vibration, and you are much more able to spread that to others. You are much more able to help others. You are much more able to work with others. You're much more able to take care of things. At the end of the day, you're feeling so much better. You're doing so much more, and you are proud of the work that you are doing. And you have others around you that are proud of you, that are thankful for you, that are grateful for you, that show you that actually want to work with you and actually want to do things for you too, instead of just you giving everything away to everyone else. And in doing that, you can take care of the entire world around you so much better than you could if you were just giving every piece of you away to the entire world. Then there's nothing left. There's nothing left for you, and there's nothing left for you to give to anybody else either, because there's nothing left. Just this person who's in pain all day long, this person who has headaches all the time, this person who's sick to their stomach all the time, this person who can't eat at all, or this person who is eating everything in sight, or this person who is drinking their life away, or this person who is stuck on all these drugs, or this person who's depressed constantly, or this person who is anxious and fearful all the time, or this person that is upset regularly and in very poor mental health, or this person who's just tired and exhausted and can't even manage to get things done that they need to get done, and is procrastinating every single thing that's important to them because they just don't have the energy anymore, and they can't even understand why. And that's what happens when you allow yourself to be a doormat to everybody around you. You get sick. That doormat gets dirtier and dirtier and dirtier until there's so much weight weighing you down that you can't even breathe anymore, and you feel like you're suffocating. And you don't want to live your life that way. So do not allow yourself to live your life that way. Realize that you are making the choice to do that, and pull yourself up out of victimhood mentality. Take your power back and do the things that are necessary to make sure that the people around you are treating you right. Oh, somehow all the messages stopped coming in. It's done that before. So I'm going to go through those really quick. I have orientation today for cosmetology. I'm nervous. I bet you it's going to go great. I bet you it's going to go great, Cinnamon Panther. Cosmetology class sounds pretty fun. You are welcome, 10 of Cups Tarot, for my warrior energy. You have some warrior energy yourself, I feel like. Intentions or payment. Yep. Cinnamon Panther 1. I'm going to have to check that out later. It's my career to keep my heart chakra open daily. I am constantly being physically attacked, so I will block love from entering my life. Yeah, I can understand that. And at the same time, have faith and trust that you are protected more than blocked. Thank you, Azzy. There are no poetry things like that around here. Weirdly. Oh, was it 2:22 at some point? Cool. It's only 12:37 here, so you must be 2 hours ahead of me in Eastern time. I'm so sorry you're having a hard day, Rashima. And thank you so much for your donation, Ozzy. What denomination is that? Just curious. So, anyway, back to the message. We have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Hanged Man. So you've had to stop and examine things, to really look at things, to understand things. And I feel like you are seeing things in a very different perspective now than you have in the past. You are starting to notice that all the love, light, and joy that you have brought to the world is coming back to you too, because people remember that and they want to give back to you as well. But sometimes you might be blocking that because you are trying to do everything yourself, and because you're trying to take care of everyone else, and because you don't want anybody having to go out of their way to help you out. All of those things cause you to be that doormat too, just as much as not setting boundaries will. Not being able to accept, not being able to receive, and constantly giving but not wanting anything coming back into you causes those blockages just as much. I am glad you are. It's a great time to do it because I am energy healing while doing this reading as well. So shadow work is a great thing to be doing right now. Oh, from India, nice. No, well, it comes in showing 400, whatever the denomination is there. It's got this like little 3 thing. And then it will actually shift up in my thing. It says 533. And so I was just wondering what kind it actually was. So people are watching you go through this shift as well. And they're starting to see things in a new perspective too. They're starting to understand that all the hard work you were doing was for your family the entire time. And I feel like they may have taken that for granted. They may have really felt like you were being selfish, or felt like that you were doing things only for you, to benefit you. And now they're really seeing things in a different light. They may even be regretting some sort of things. They might want to come forward to express some sort of truth to you as well about things that they have noticed, things that some sort of recognition. There may even be some sort of recognition that somebody may want to give you as well for the joy and prosperity and positivity that you have brought into their life. I feel like people may have gotten into this competitive energy around you where people could have been fighting over you in some sort of way as well. And that could have really hurt you in some sort of way. And there may be an apology that wants to come in too. So, on to the next message. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God, I killed them. Why? I woke up with sweat pouring down my face, realizing that it was all a dream. Thank God. I can't tell anyone about this, but what if it isn't a dream next time? I am so angry that they exposed me, and they feel like they are so much better than me. These are all projections of anger, pain, and insecurity at the world seeing you for who you are, or really are. Right now, it is subconscious anger, and trust me, you are hurting those same people in real life, holding them back, keeping them stuck, being pissed when they resist your control. So somebody here could be having a hard time releasing control and allowing people to live the life that they're going to live, regardless of whether or not there's going to be things that happen. It's going to happen. Kind of like the talk I was having earlier about someone's mother and the way that they try to control them by brainwashing them and making them feel anxious about the world around them. Well, this is the same thing. When you're trying to control somebody and refusing to let go, you hurt them. And this could be you, or this could be somebody else. Somebody may actually be having violent dreams, and these dreams could be very closely connected and related to anger, pain, and insecurity that is going on in your life. And so there is a need to really delve into the reasons why you might be feeling anger, why you might be feeling pain or insecurity or jealousy or bitterness, and to understand those things so that you can remove that poison from yourself and your life. Some of you could be feeling this anger because you have been exposed in some sort of way, or some sort of truth has come out, or somebody else is feeling that way, that some sort of truth about them has been exposed and they are pissed off at you for it. Even if you weren't the one that exposed it, they may think that you exposed it, and so they're pissed off at you for it. And also, if it's the truth, how can they really be pissed off anyway? Because, truths are gonna come out. They should have expected that at some point it would be. Playfulness and joy. Playfulness and joy finds you where once annoyance took hold. You are ready to open back up. Do it in a balanced way. You are going to be enjoying life, and all eyes will be on you as you do. Many options and doors will be opening up due to this energetic shift. You felt that last statement a little too late. That's where this statement comes in too. So once you go through the breaking away from being a doormat, once you start setting your boundaries, once you start taking your power back, once you stop trying to take control of other people's lives and having that martyr energy or something along those lines, once you come out of that, a lot of times you swing very violently into the other side. And you are very defensive. You chop people to shreds a lot of times with your words. You are defending yourself in a very violent way. You are really blowing it out of proportion. You may even be completely blaming it on the other person instead of realizing that sometimes you were to blame in those situations too. And I'm not blaming the victim, but what I am saying is we're not a victim and we have choices. And you can choose to do things differently. And then you chose to do things differently. And then you might have completely blamed it on them until you started looking in the mirror and realizing what you had going on within you. And now you are coming back to this nice, happy medium of balanced energy where at one point you were on the one end and then you were on the other end. And now you're right in the middle where you need to be. And where once you were feeling defensive or annoyed or irritated or exacerbated or just tired of putting up with the shit and defending yourself very vehemently, you are now coming to this energy of where you can just enjoy life again. You can be playful again. You can have joy again. You can feel good again. And you're no longer feeling like you need to take action on every single thing, but you can let some things go and take action on the more important things. Ozzy, yes, from victim to victor. And then from victor to equal. Thank you, Rashima. Good job to you too for wanting to put in the work and for working hard in your own life. I love watching how far that you have come. You really make it look easy. I am sorry that I can't be there for you. I know that you can do this. Keep your head up. Never feel alone. I am always here for you. Remember to cherish things that really matter. Show gratitude for all that you have. So, somebody may have passed away in your life. For some of you, it could have been at Thanksgiving time. Somebody may have passed it over in your life, and they've actually been in this reading twice so far. Happy Thanksgiving was part of the message in this one, and in the other message that came out. And I have a lot of messages from lost loved ones, and those are the two that came out. So somebody could have passed away around Thanksgiving time. Could be a grandfather too, because my grandfather actually passed away on Thanksgiving. They really want you to know that you have come very far. They are very proud of you. You really do make it look easy, and like these are things that they could have done in their life, but they weren't able to break those cycles, and they're proud that you were breaking those cycles that they couldn't. Know that they are always here for you, and remember to cherish things that matter and be grateful for the things that are good in your life. That will be very helpful in your healing as well. Reliving it in a safe and calm zone with the calming energy being sent your way. Fall slowly. You fall so fast, you hope it will last. Don't fall into lust. First build some trust. Allow yourself to move slow. Move gracefully and with the flow. Love yourself enough to walk away if they don't treat you okay. Reach for the stars you know that you deserve. Speak your truth and have the nerve. Leave expectations at the door, but dream and hope for more. Get to know each other so that you can see whether you should stay or whether you should flee. So 11-11-20. There could definitely be a situation where, since you have come into alignment with yourself, you are going to be coming into alignment with somebody who has done that work too and is ready for peace and prosperity with a new beginning. There could definitely be a reconciliation energy for some of you as well, possibly with a twin flame. But there is a need to allow yourself to fall slowly so that you can really get to know somebody, so that you can really build a strong foundation, so that you aren't both trying to put on masks to be what you feel like the other person wants you to be because you're worried about the other person being gone, and you are rushing into things and everybody's trying to really it's just a lot more complicated when you do that. If you allow yourself to build that friendship first and to really work on your relationship and then get into something more serious, then it is much better that way. There's nothing wrong with exploring your options, so don't feel like there is. Some guilty. Some people feel like you should be giving your tea to each other immediately upon meeting instead of actually taking time to build something. And taking time to build something is going to generate the better results. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Instant gratification is something that you end up having to face later. That's just not good. Find your peace, center, and ground yourself. Peace Find your peaceful center and ground yourself. Don't allow fear and anxiety to steal your win. Don't let the opinions or judgments of others cause you to turn away from what you know to be the truth. Your empathy, good business sense, logic abilities, and charisma will serve you well. Remember to give back to the earth for giving and providing for you. Your love, life, strength, and positive energy are some of your best strengths. Business partners will trust you. So people will be able to trust you because of your authenticity, your empathy, your logic. Don't abuse the power that you have because you are very charismatic. But the other side of charismatic is manipulative. They are two sides of the same coin, kind of like narcissist and empath. Two sides of the same coin. You can go either way. You can choose either way. Yes, it is. Stamped and sealed. Rewards coming in. Recognition as well. I agree, 10 of Cups. Thank you as well. And you're welcome. Look inside. Look in the mirror. What do you see? Is there bitterness and jealousy? An attitude of gratitude after a state of lack can certainly change all that. At times, it can happen to anyone. Angry emotions can sap your fun. Let it all go and walk away. Sometime soon, it will be your day. Look up high, arms outstretched to the sky. Pray for purity of mind and soul. Know that you can come out of this lull. No more time left to spare. Want or need, have a care. So it's time to really look inside at yourself and understand what's going on beneath the surface of some of those shadow side elements that are going on, to really delve into that and be able to heal the root cause of these painful emotions that you may be dealing with or going through, whether it's jealousy, bitterness, envy, sadness, loss, pain, despair, depression, even physical pain sometimes. Fibromyalgia they have no actual cause for it. They have no tests that they can do to run to see if you have it. All of this is because the majority of fibromyalgia people have actually suffered a massive amount of abuse in their life. And that is what the abuse has done to their body. The mental and emotional abuse, the mental and emotional side effects of that abuse has caused their body to be in that state. The majority of the symptoms I had a few years back correlated with that disease. And being able to heal the root core and cause of these problems or issues is really going to have your entire body, mind, and soul feeling so much better. You are going to be feeling so much healthier. You are going to be doing so much better. And you are really going to be just shining and sparkling and glowing with the success that you have. Instant gratification romances can be very, they can really be, yeah. Although I have, sometimes getting into a relationship fast, they do work out in the long run. But that just depends on how much dedication, commitment, communication, things like that, how much honesty there is between the parties. And sometimes they work out for a very long time until a real test comes to their door and knocks it all down because the foundation wasn't built on a sturdy enough ground. So I'm going to do one more message here from the divine beings and our ancestors and what else they have to say for closing this out. You are seen in a very good light by those who truly know you. You are so loved that you have no idea. Love yourself first, or you will not be able to see it from others outside of you. Do not seek validation to fill the void. See yourself from the eyes and the hearts of those who hold you dear. Look at your life from heaven's eyes. The Prince of Egypt. Great movie, by the way. But basically, that is not feeling like you're any better than anyone else, but not feeling like anyone else is better than you, because we are all human. And you have a lot of light and love and happiness and joy around you if you could see it. But you have to be able to see it inside yourself first so that you can see it from around you. You're welcome, Rashima. Thank you for being here today. And once again, if anybody wants to donate, you can find my PayPal, Cash App, and Amazon wish list all in the description box below. I really do appreciate all that you guys do for me, and I am glad I can be here for you as well. Your sacrifices have been seen and felt. The time, effort, faith, trust, and persistence that you have shown is paying off in spades. Believe it and receive it. A new life and way of living is coming towards you now. The old cycles are closing out and new ones are beginning. The wait is over. Now use the patience to be okay with the ebb and flow. To be okay with the ebb and flow that follows before the dam breaks loose. So after the stagnancy ends, there's a time period where there's movement and then there's no movement, and then there's movement and then there's no movement, and then there's movement and then there's no movement. So you've been patient for a very long time. You need to maintain your patience throughout this next level where there's going to be movement and then none, and then movement and then none. And you got to be okay with the no movement time periods. And know that the dam will be breaking loose, where there will be a steady stream moving forward after this time period. You got this. Keep going. Don't give up now. You are almost there. So you are almost there, and there's no point in giving up right now. What's coming to mind is those little pictures that they have on Facebook with that little guy, and he's got his pickaxe, and he's attacking the rock mountain, and there's a big old well of diamonds right in front of him, like 2 inches away from where he's at. And he puts his axe down, and he goes home right before he hit those diamonds. You're welcome. And thank you as well. A powerful change in this world starts with you today. It is time to let go of the past, not the people or the love, but the pain and the hurt. Life is what we decide to make it. Focus on the love. Fear, anxiety, hate, bitterness, all of those things are the illusion. Love is the only truth. And the only way that you could hate somebody so much anyway is to love them. Buried underneath that hatred is love. You know better. They're two sides of the same coin, and we can choose which side we want to be on. You know better than to allow abuse at this point, and others know better than to target you. Some have even realized their actions, and they will truly atone for them by a change in their behavior. For an apology that big, walk is the only thing that will work for you. But they also need to communicate their apology needs to be just as loud as their betrayal was, and the cover-ups were. It is time for some people to face the music, whether they like it or not. Free will on if they choose to do it willingly, or will the universe have to do it for them, because it's going to be much worse if that's the case. Some have healed enough already, and some never will. Others will have to learn the hard way. Nothing is wrong with that. It just takes patience. Better late than never, right? So be patient at this time and realize that a lot of changes and shifts are going on around you because of the way that you have taken your power back and you have stood up for yourself, and you have told people that you don't deserve to be treated the way that they have been treating you. And there's going to be a lot of shifts, a lot of changes, and a lot of new things coming into your life. A lot of old things that are healing and repairing as well. So we're going to grab a couple of these Making Magic cards and see what they have to say before we take off. We have Mystic Star, Harmony in the Home and Great Friendships. Triple Moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly, your shadow and your light side. Not feeling like you're better than anybody, but not feeling like anyone else is better than you either. You are both divinity and earthly. You're a human. And as humans, we are all imperfectly perfect, and we are all fucking amazingly beautiful throughout our differences and throughout our imperfections. Power symbol, cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create a powerful protective boundary, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. So you are really very protected. And a lot of this protection energy is your own protection energy, because you have taken the actions necessary to create a more stable and loving world around you by moving away from things or people who do not treat you in the right manner, and telling people how you wish to be treated and expecting them to respect you, or moving away from it, not being afraid of letting go of things out of fear of not having anything or being alone. You are no longer accepting things that aren't good for you because you're afraid of being alone. Past life recalls provide answers to close karmic cycles. You know what? There's been a fair amount of that recently. I actually had a dream about my ex, and basically the same thing happening in a past life as it did this life, that people turned him against me over money. So, yeah, you're really bringing in a lot of harmony in your friendships and your home life. You're really embracing all aspects of yourself and everyone else. You are really being able to clear and protect and purify yourself and your energy. You are detached more now to where your energy is not being bombarded by everybody else's energy. Instead of absorbing it, you are transmuting it. You are no longer everybody's energy bucket, and you are doing such an amazing job. So pat yourself on the back for that. And I am really glad that you guys could join me here today. Once again, if you wanted to donate, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list in the description box below. And I really do appreciate anybody who does that. So thank you guys so much in advance. And I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.